And welcome back, rugby fans, to Rugby411. As always, I'm your host. My name is Joshua Shibata. And this is the preview of Team USA taking on number 6 Scotland this Friday, July 12th, 3:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time kickoff in the nation's capital and Audi Field, Washington, D.C. You can watch this game live on Florugby. Maybe later on you can watch it. Again, I'm not a subscriber to it, so I don't really know too much about how Florugby works. Though they did post USA's recent game against Romania, which I'll get into in a little bit later because it was actually a very exciting game. But we are going to be previewing this game. This is game number 2 of 2 right now for USA's what we call the American Series. The USA Eagles will then go back into Major League Rugby playoffs. Again, they were taking a break from the end of the MLR season to the playoffs to allow the USA Eagles, which is composed primarily of MLR players, to go against Romania and Scotland. And then after the playoffs and after the championship game, they will reconvene again as the Eagles to play in the upcoming Pacific Nations Series, which will be kicking off in Los Angeles at the end of August, taking on Canada. So, without further ado, let's talk about this game. So, first of all, let's talk about the Romania game, actually. Unfortunately, USA falling just short in the Pershing Cup, losing to Romania 20-22, a very, very close game. I was able to watch this game again. You can watch that game. Florugby was nice enough to put it up on their YouTube channel, so you can watch it in its entirety. It was a very close game. You gotta give USA a lot of credit. Again, it's a team that really had less than a week after the last playoff game for Major League Rugby, which was on that Saturday. They all flew into Chicago on Sunday. So less than a week to prepare for a very tough Romanian team. And both teams were pretty even. Unfortunately, quite a couple of penalties allow the Romanian kicker, Kosic, I believe his name was, to score quite a few penalty kicks. USA was only down by 2 points, and even though AJ McGinty, who is a phenomenal player, he scored 15 points of the 20 points that the USA team scored, and he was a perfect 4 for 4 off of the tee. He even scored a try of his own as well. So he had a great game until the very end, where unfortunately he had 2 opportunities. All he needed to do was score 1 penalty kick to allow USA to be up by 1. He missed the last 2 attempts, unfortunately, and USA fell short by 2 points. It was a very, very close game. Unfortunately, because of that loss, USA does slide down the spot to the number 18 ranking. And they are, like I said, going against a very tough Scotland team. Number 6 in the nation, coming off of a thumping on Canada, 73-12. I'm really hoping that USA shows a little bit more than Canada did. And again, I believe they'll at least put up a pretty good appearance. Let's go over the lineup of the roster that head coach Scott Lawrence has put up. Bam! A couple changes, especially in the front row. You have now Jack Iscaro of Glory and David Ayanu, who was in France, winning a championship with Stade Toulousain, so congratulations to them. I believe it's their 12th or 14th championship. They are the most winningest team in the top 14, the top tier promotion in French rugby. So congratulations to Stade Toulousain. David Ayanu is joining at the other prop position. Hooker is still Dylan the Butcher Fawcett from Chicago. Vilami Heilu from San Diego gets the start at the number 4 position. I believe he came off of the bench in the last game. Number 5, your other lock, Greg Peterson, is captain of the team once again. 43 caps, one of the top active most capped player in U.S. Eagles history. Number 6, Sam Gala from Dallas, who had a great game. Great to see him producing and flourishing as an Eagle. Number 7, Patty Ryan, again a person that was coming off of the bench, starting at the lock position, at the other flanker position. Jameson Fontenot Schultz was the number 7, moved to number 8 to take over for Thomas Tuavau. Fontenot Schultz was the only other player other than AJ McGinty to score a try in the previous game. Number 9, JP Smith once again gets the scrum half position, and he did a great job. He debuted, the Seattle Seawolf debuted as an Eagle for the first time against Romania. I thought he did a great job. Has another chance to prove himself in this game against Scotland. Number 10, AJ McGinty from Bristol. Again, as I mentioned before, he had a phenomenal game. I know it's a heartbreaker for him. 15 of the 20 points scored by the Eagles were all scored by AJ McGinty. Just missed those last two opportunities to try to win the game for the Eagles. Just fell short. Pretty much your whole back line and wingers and center positions are all pretty much the same. Nate Osberger from Chicago, and actually, I'm sorry, Connor Mooneyham gets a start at number 14. He will be the only Eagle to start with the ability to be a debut Eagle player. So Connor Mooneyham from Seattle, phenomenal player, one of the top MLR draft picks, has proven himself as to be a phenomenal player. Great opportunity and a great chance for him to get his very first start as an Eagle. So congratulations to you, Connor Mooneyham. He will be on the other wing position to take over for Christian Dyer, who unfortunately, if you watch the game, he broke his nose. I believe he re-broke it because he broke his nose in the last Houston game. Looks like he broke it again, unfortunately, in the game against Romania, so he won't be able to play, so Connor Mooneyham starts for him. In your center positions are the same centers that started last game, Tommaso Boni, who's been a phenomenal addition to the Eagles, and Tavita Lopetti, another great Seattle Seawolf. And then number 15 getting the start this time at the fullback position, Luke Carty from the Chicago Bears. For your bench is actually filled with a bunch of newer players. Capelli Pifoletti, coming from the Saracens, gets the bench position number 16. Jake Turnbull and Paul Mullen, who are both starters in the previous game from Romania, are on the bench. Saya Uhila, the Utah Warrior, who came in as an injury substitute, gets the nod to sit on the bench. He might have the possibility to get his debut cap if he comes off of the bench. And then Ben Bonasso from Miami is at number 20. Ethan McVeigh, another individual, he's an Old Glory player who might get his debut cap if he comes off of the bench at the 21. And then Bryce Campbell, one of the most capped players in currently in Eagles roster, Chicago. And then Mitchie Wilson, who was the fullback start, gets the bench position for New England at the 23 spot. So, again, a pretty good lineup. I like the changes that were made, maybe a little bit more beef at the top. I think David Ayanu being put into the starting prop is a great addition. I felt that the scrum for the Eagles was really, really good, really pushing the Romanians. The lineouts were a little iffy, so we'll see if maybe the addition of Ayanu and Jack Ascaro might help a little bit. But, I'm not expecting a lot, to be honest. Scotland is a very tough team. The last time, though, that USA, the only time that USA has beaten a Tier 1 team was Scotland a couple years back. So there is some history between the USA and Scotland, with Scotland being the only Tier 1 team that the USA has ever beaten in history. So will history repeat itself? We'll see. Scotland does look like they are pretty dominant coming off of that 73-12 win against Canada. So again, the game is going to be this Friday, July 12th, 3:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time kickoff. So a little early for us West Coast people, plenty of time for the East Coast. If you have the opportunity in the DC area, go check out Audi Field. It's a beautiful field where I believe the DC United soccer team and if you're into the UFL, XFL, the DC Defenders play. There are tickets available. You can buy them at Ticketmaster. If you're not able to watch it, Florugby will show the game. Hopefully, maybe they'll put it back up at the end of play on their YouTube channel for free. But again, as always, please support your USA Eagles. Like I said, this is going to be their second game. Before then, they have to all separate to play for the Major League Rugby playoffs and play for that championship game. And then they'll reconvene again August 31st to kick off the Pacific Nations Cup, which is going to be a lot of exciting fun because the first game is in LA, where hopefully I'll be working that game as USA takes on Canada. So that's it for this video. Again, I hope you do check out the game, support USA, and as always, thank you very much for watching my video, and I'll see you on the pitch.